I made a poll. This game won the poll. Someone wanted me to go back to playing Superman Returns, but that was only one person. Expedition 33 also, Clair Obscur, that also got some votes. But Final Fantasy 16 won, so this is what continues now. Before I press continue, I also need to check from my phone that it is heard, that the audio works. Yep, that sounds good enough. A little dark, let's put it on. Not this. Okay, go talk to Otto and then I wanna refill my...
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks stained red.
Did you see that?
The last stream started with me going to talk to Otto, and this goes on with me going to talk to Otto.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well,
Yeah.
that depends on your definition of good.
Well,
All right,
positive.
fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Well, Lady Vivian is closer, so let's talk to her first.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
Yeah, shit
I'm
happens.
sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at
Hey,
bay.
Devia.
It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us.
Yes,
Yet I
they're not
fear a
already.
swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in
Somewhat better than
droves.
yesterday.
And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm.
Odin.
The world, in short, is in chaos.
Odin is the last dominant to be fought
our civilization
before
is
Ultima
nothing
again.
but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Okay, and now to Harpocrates. Harpocrates. Yep. We are clearly past in the third act right now. I don't know if we're the... Okay, there was the first act, was pretty much the... And then was the... I don't know, I'm kind of... I find it difficult looking back to the game past beyond past this point on how I've gotten to this far. And kind of... I have a kind of harder time trying to pinpoint where the the transitioning from Act 1 to Act 2 happened. Was it a time skip or before a time skip?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Yeah, probably.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Did Otto have anything better to do than just standing around back there and wait for Clive to have talked to Vivian and Harpocrates? Oh, Yale.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3.
Has to go.
We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Okay. There, and there. But let's deal with the side quest first. Side quest, but it's... oh good, it's over there. Let's get that out of the way and then move on to first things first. Next.
Do you have any fresh water?
Now I just need to see about getting the word out to everyone. I want to know right away.
Bad news.
Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throats.
So I've heard.
Okay.
Oh, so you know of it then? A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time.
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it?
Can we just go do it?
Marvelous.
Hear ye, hear ye! There are good news about this guy having some wine.
There's
That will
Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the north gate. 3 of the finest.
Never mind,
fellows
we
in
have a
Buckland,
guest
if you ask
list.
me.
Only
Tell them to come to the tavern when
chosen few
day.
can
Stop
be
by
shared
again
with
when you
this
let them
news.
know, and I'll give you your little something.
I'll be right back.
Has this wine turned, or is it my stomach?
Lady Caron? Recycled voice actor.
Who needs a porter when there's no...
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter.
That's me right enough. You need something to live.
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when you're done for the day.
A 66? Look at me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route at the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty.
Okay, this is likely not gonna be so easy. Once I have told everyone they have gone, and then they probably get some bad news.
Please.
In a perfect world, this probably would be a good or easy side quest to do. In a perfect world, in which we do not unfortunately yet as of yet live in.
Are you Milan?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boklad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from Sanbrek, herbs from Rosaria, Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. Or rather we did, till not so long ago. These are lean times, and even Botcloud isn't the bustling trading part. Still, there's no point dwelling on it. Better to live life while you can, eh? And on that note, it sounds like there's a cup of wine needing my attention.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please. You've raised the price.
I wish some of these people would just straight up and tell Clive, you don't look like an errand boy who is supposed to just do everyone's nutty hommat.
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now.
You must be a busy man.
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Not after what happened in the Dominion. Meaning, they linger here instead. I spend more of my days moving beggars along than I do manning these gates. What gets to me are the gangs that prey on the poor sods. As if they haven't suffered enough. Some days you can't help but wonder what the world's coming to. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
Okay.
Done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
I showed you my path.
Okay, great. If I'm fast traveling back to the quest giver this fast, then...
I spoke to your friends. They'll be...
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly.
Then the
It's been a
quest is
while
probably
since
that.
we all sat down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Bocklad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart.
Okay.
And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer.
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66.
And there they come. There they arrived.
If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing.
A Gotan 60 Just as well I had something special of my own, sis. A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, the three pillars of Bocklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
Okay, that was that. And now to more important matters. Let's see, who do I have closest? That's that far. That's closer, if enough. And I think Martha's Rest is furthest away. Yeah, let's deal with... Okay, this is actually... But let's deal with this first.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood. Then we're next.
I can't do it. But you can.
Okay, it's one of her girls. It's...
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashyyyk, but
Akashic, yeah, those are the
They've
White
taken so many.
Walkers that,
I've lost
or
count.
the inspired White Walkers that the
Akashic,
developers took
but
from
different.
the first 4 seasons.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Let's see how well that went.
We could leave.
The 2 soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
Ah, there she is.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days.
Yeah, those don't
What
exist
more
anymore.
would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives.
Yeah, probably. I get paid on Monday, so I'll probably get the
Not if we don't
DLCs
have
then.
to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
Yeah,
Honestly,
let's go drink while people are dying to those monsters that we are supposed to be fighting.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Oh, hold up. Okay, speak with the wounded. Oh, there's one over there right now.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family. They're still in the capital.
Don't leave me, Paul.
I'm sorry, darling. I
That
truly
thing, it took off the cap.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
On the road.
I assume you have a plan?
Need to find out.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Ether in the air.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
That should have been a finishing move. I keep saying it, but it never does it.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Yippee.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Oh.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love, and the people I love include the one.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Jaha.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Did he just call Clive is milady?
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Okay. Next stop. Martha's Rest. Optimize gear. Match of white. Okay, good. I'm going to always need that one.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Flames of fire.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
Okay. Let's hope that makes a difference.
You don't think
and I know that the optimization of abilities and equipment was an option I would have thought back earlier.
Clive, wounded.
Oh.
We deal with the Akashic first.
The local wildlife. At least I still have that. Well, that was easier than the other one, but maybe there's a next wave that comes later.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift.
I knew it
but they
was
got
so
a pack
easy.
of Akashic snapping
They're
at
gonna
their
open up a
heels.
window.
And they got
air
wounded with them. They're not gonna make it.
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Descend the lift. Oh, there comes the breeze.
Boy.
Mad dogs, the lot of them.
Oh yeah, thanks. Got it last week.
Squire,
along with also
I need you to
Batman
get
one.
those
This
who
one
can still
I
walk
shared
up the
it
lift to Martha's.
for this on Twitter how
What
I have
about-
this and the other Batman
I
shirt
didn't
too.
ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield.
Hey, kid.
If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha
Okay,
seemed to think you might
thanks,
need some help.
And
by the
see if
looks
you
of
can
it-
watch it at your work.
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Oh.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Sharp fang and crafting materials.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
We had a ton.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Oh. Yeah.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Oh, there's the merchant. Hey, can I get some tonics?
Anything catch your eye?
Too weak.
Thanks very much. There you go. Thanks very much.
Crafting. Valuable.
I wanted one of those.
Crafting.
Very well.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Yeah. So you have managed to get him alive so far. Keep up the good work, man.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there.
Okay, one front, two fronts, and then at the third front. Goblins. Of course.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Chocobos. All these poor noble creatures.
Something's coming.
Yeah, knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Not yet.
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we?
Power of Bahamut. MFP. Okay, I need to check out what the problem means.
Nice try.
There. Sort of fine skills are going, yeah, crafting materials.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Guardian Scarf. Ah. Oh, it was up.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Oi.
Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade.
If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that...
almost.
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Oh, there's gonna be some side quest that I need to... Okay, and now to Dolly Mill.
Cid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Yeah, we came here last, so...
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Down the rabbit.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Oh, this from the inn.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
Oh, where did we meet
What
Victor
brings
again?
you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Well, we just saw someone we know put the fight back and in the book. Oh, you
So,
already know it.
you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
Huh.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but we're not the original Sid.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town.
Well,
That
some
may
people
prove
know
useful.
Clive at the very
Don't
least.
worry,
Gil, on the
Victor
other
and I
hand,
will
she's
do
new.
most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
At least there are no dialogue options in, or maybe there are dialogue options.
Picture it, Conrad.
There were a bit few
Your
ones.
own city guard. With you. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane? Commander of the Red Wings. The oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
Yeah.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned
hey,
the
Naji.
commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Yeah, it is. But it
Victor
is.
says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that
Take
true?
him.
True as the crystals cracked.
Okay.
Nobles came and
Thanks
claimed
for the like,
every
and
last one worth his
hopefully
salt.
Joshua gets to.
And not just from us Red Wings.
Yeah.
You know of the
calm down.
7 high houses. There must be 2 score swords assigned each one.
Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
Okay. Well, good show. Good show.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had
good
you
euphemism.
do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Okay. So most people have seen Clive come through here, so let's see how this works, or if
My shop.
Jill is playing a different role. Or
If I
Clive
had
is
my
playing a
pickaxe, I
role.
would.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Oh.
Yes, but
Ah.
I agree with Natalie. We mustn't do anything to provoke them.
Ah. Okay. I don't know if I should be grateful or sad about having children of my own.
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of
Underhill.
Merchants.
Lord of the Rings reference.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
So far it's more just enjoy the
Not only
story.
are the granaries
kind of
almost
game.
empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the
I
case.
have already forgotten which
The nobles in the capital are buying
difficulty
up the
setting I
city's
put
stocks of
on it
barley
is if I'm playing on
wine,
a hard or
driving the
normal
prices higher
or easy,
than
or if there was
most
no
commoners could afford.
difficulty setting at
It
all.
is only a
I
matter of
remember
time
putting some
before the peasants revolt.
action-oriented option in the beginning, but
Worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it.
But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
well, I can say that
She saw right through it.
when it comes to Final Fantasy VII
As you said,
Rebirth, that was a
merely that
commitment.
it produced the desired effect.
I have a 20
Now, my scouts should be
of
returning
those
shortly.
streams
Meet
on
me
a
back at the
playlist.
Briar's Kiss, and
And it is
we shall
part
see what
11
we
so far
face.
with this game.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Yeah, that was probably because Gil was able to play
It
her role
appears I
better.
have no choice but to do what little I can to defend what little we have. But I would not see any unnecessary blood spilt. We need a plan.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm ruined.
It's one of these long games that are commitments.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who
I was unable to finish some side quests. I started it, but I didn't get to do in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There was like a...
And I do mean us.
With Kyrie, there was this one side quest I was unable to do.
We'll hold them off for as long
and
as
then
we
there
can.
was this one other side quest involving some Sonic the Hedgehog parody character. Or someone who was clearly meant to be like the world, like someone who liked that. So. Well, the monsters there.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
Hold on, and Mega Flare!
Overwhelm us.
Stay down. Charging, charge. Clive, which one of those people were you fighting against? Fire and flow.
Let me pray. just me or Jill's attack who did that? Yep. Ah, great. I can get Jill from those three. Those two.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Jaha.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
Okay.
I'd say they both have.
Today was normal usual day. Yesterday was a more.
The desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Working out and moving and
Now,
exercising
Victor,
kind of.
quibble over the details. We are
And
united.
on Saturday,
That
provided
is
that
all
it
that
will be a
matters.
thunderstorm
As for
there,
you, Sid,
me and my friends have been planning to do a
better than you act.
half a marathon where
take
they
that as a
walk and I ride my bike next to them carrying the munitions so that everyone can kind of get it done. But that's provided there won't be a thunderstorm, because my phone has got a weather update and that's let's hope there won't be a thunderstorm. And I was also again able to get the 120 lifted.
Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Oh great, all done.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Well, at least we spent the time waiting for Clive's brother Joshua to wake up at the infirmary.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different.
Yeah,
You're
Clive
special.
has
Your abilities
Ifrit,
begin with the
Garuda,
flames of Ifrit.
Ramuh, Titan, and now Bahamut. 5 powers of 5
The fact
icons.
Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Oh. Canver. Okay, where was Canver again?
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Ty had told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
Okay, that's what.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
I'll look after him.
Oh. What a timing.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
But maybe I can get those done when I leave, so let's just pick them up. Oh, there's 3 of them.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble.
It's all right. You can...
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... said he'd focus in. She's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go it. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give you up.
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know what she said?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then?
Can't complain. What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just... all right.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell?
I didn't... All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a
Well, I
time
just
when I
said,
turned a
listen,
blind eye
we
to
heard
the
these rumors
wretchedness of the world
and,
so I could line my pocket.
and I'm just letting you know about it.
But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slight...
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better...
Of course. I spoke with Lady...
What did she...
That the rumors were unfounded. And that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any... along with some other things. That while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past...
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was?
No. It's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all top, so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh. Well, that's what...
Crap.
Seems the hideaway is lost its appetite.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and you remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. So...
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand, only...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelf.
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget,
It would be much better if some of these side quests were activated while I was on the going to those places outside.
Is a storm coming soon?
Okay, let me talk to the Harpocrates first and then to the next quest giver.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course. So the fabled Sanbriquois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. Their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers, but I may add...
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clive, and do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Okay, and then that one.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they
this
had nothing
voice
to do with
actor
it
is the one they used in the opening for younger
means they
Yale.
had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They
And
were in the
also voice
atrium when I
Amicia
last
in
saw them,
Plague Tale.
As always.
Okay. Actually, those are now activated. They all need to be done. Wait, what? Well, great.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales, is it?
No.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
This is a minigame. Please give me a minigame. Please give me a new minigame.
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride?
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear.
I have. Miss Mirador's dungeon is full of them.
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales
one hand,
that
this
moved?
is Clive telling them how to put it together. On the other hand, it's...
somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move, and how it's so. Let's put the pieces together.
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, great framing, so that it just... Model just did just...
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Outside the frame of the camera.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right.
Her hairs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mirador and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that?
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Okay, main story continues there.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been her idea, although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She
told me
I
it was
must be
because her
left.
studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life.
And so should I.
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Okay, he's got that out of the way. Oh, looks like a level up. Yep, it was a level up. Okay, can't do those other side quests now apparently because... Hold on, wait a minute. Never mind. Okay, back to on the story. Can't go to those things. What fun. Give me side quests right when there's a story event that cannot be postponed. All three together again, or four now.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gavin.
Oh, there's a new side quest. And hop.
Others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
I was just about to say, maybe we can sneak past them. Well, this is inevitable.
This might take a while.
Gil, you might want to take care of his ball. Fire-based bomb and can't ask Gil to just sheave.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
After it.
Helldiver. Okay. Funny moment, we are fighting Helldivers. Not those Helldivers, but Helldivers nonetheless. Okay, 4-person party now. How? Hyvä. What do we have here?
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Chan, there's a village not far from here. It's... We can't let those monsters...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead.
Yeah, we can see.
Just off... Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier.
Kupkas men. Well, add it to the list.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I got here in time.
Charge. Well, that's done. Side quest. Cross it off the list. Yep.
Is someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor?
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
Yeah. Bad blood.
You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with someone else.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Kosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Okay. Very well. At least he didn't demand to get the reward he gave me to give me back. We'll probably ask Joshua or Gil to look after that one soldier and his whole inventory. Wait. Then I would have to fast travel back there and okay, if I come across on another obelisk and then I'll fast travel that obelisk, go speak with Goetz and take care of that side quest and fast travel back to the obelisk if there is an obelisk here.
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us.
There it is. Oh, good. Now let's go to take care of that quest with Goetz.
Shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come?
Goods,
The
goods.
gentlemen of the town guard are strapping up.
There he is.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage.
Now, as in
and the
recently
more war
now.
being waged, the more call for swords and spears.
While our
And
Charon is
who will
supposed to
they
be
all
at
turn
the
to
hideaway
keep them in steel?
as our...
Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
Okay, Coets. Looks like we know where to go.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Nope.
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
There it is.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Justiinsa.
The finest cell swords in Storm. Fuck! How the hell?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a
not
fairly unconvincing tale.
Joshua and Gil are here too, and so is
What now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death? Or, boys,
Yeah.
We can pretend this didn't happen.
crafting, and valuable.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head.
Borgwyn.
He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
The coward.
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Four attending. I guess that's Stevia and... or maybe not you. Orkin.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy, for they are not lies. Every last word is true.
Lord!
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue.
Alistair Duncan.
Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you.
That's Alistair
Only
Duncan.
with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you or I'll...
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
Huh?
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened.
Is it that?
It was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
If it isn't, that guy has range.
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
Oh, if this wasn't Final Fantasy, then they would have... a different franchise would have shown the gore.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It's an easy going through life, one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice.
Yeah.
Lost it to old wet legs back when we were working the same routes.
Different color dice.
Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the wet legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Thank the gods for... Or thank the crystals for fast travel.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favors.
Yippee, that was then. Another one off the list. Oh. Hope that's not far. What the hell did I just say? I hope that's not far. Other side of the...
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
You needn't fret. The creatures are...
In the meadows, then.
Should have rolled a chocolate.
Equity said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Well, there's a dragon. Or a wyvern.
This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady
I guess
scent.
they're on the other side of the hill. Or at the feet of the hill. Looks like the feet. Ah, here.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do.
Actually, I should get back to doing that main quest, so can we raid check? Apparently not. Sometime later.
And here we have it. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
No animation for Is it that bad?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavor and sensation.
You just
a graceful
made
beast
puking
emerging
voices.
from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary.
The game has been out for 2 years, and this
Might I suggest that you command a party of your
that
finest
response sound in the fade out hasn't been patched.
I'll give it some thought.
Great. Now let's get back to Tabor. Oh, great, merchant. I have to buy new tonics.
Here, take a look at my wares.
I have a better version of this already.
Of course. Anything else? Take care.
Ooh, that's where I was supposed to go.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Oh, why did he come this late?
It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Yeah, dominant of Odin. Meanwhile...
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us! We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity!
How dare you!
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic!
I see.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Can't be talking about Yale or...
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
I think there was supposed to be a sound clip or some sound effect of Joshua kissing her forehead.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yose.
Oh, Tevye, you're still here. That has been quiet. Well, I see something.
Let's find our friends.
Hard to tell what that's supposed to be. Multiple icons merged into one. Pretty much like Clive pretty much is.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to heed her call? Is that blade for hire, perchance?
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade. That an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of... Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity. But those that do, develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though, Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Nah, bring me that beast's skin.
All right.
Of course, you leave table. I eagerly await your safe and above...
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals.
You there! This... Finally. No one was paying me.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valistheas. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my...
Climb the stair.
And memorize a few inscriptions for me. Assuming some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history.
Oh, that should be done fast.
I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest.
How are those new boots treating you?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bone.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends. You know what? Since I'm on the PC, okay, I'm on the console, but everything is also in you guys are on that monitor, the game is on this monitor, and I can use this to take a note.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalamil.
Wait, there are more of those stones? Oh yeah, there's another one. And there's also another one.
Not a scratch on them. Have you noticed the Elder has been coughing less?
Wanderers of Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home.
What Golden Plains might the Wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy made a cottage from it.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's tough.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being on edge.
Children of the hunters, still tillers of the land, reap her promising blessing and give praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have... come, don't tease me now. What did... let's start with the engraving to the...
Wait. Guardians of the Crystal.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Let's see, it was Wanderers of Wanderers.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks.
Hey, Mike.
Or, I think that was it.
Welcome to watching me.
No doubt you're right. There are
Right now, do more side quests in the middle of this very important, I assume, story quest.
This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Okay, it was the children of the hunters. Tillers.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand.
To look up
That's all three.
Those.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, 1 for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians
Today was a
of the
good
crystal,
day, yesterday was a
wanderers from across
cycle
the plains,
to
and
work
last,
and back,
but
and I got a
certainly
flat
not least,
tire.
hunters
Had to
turned
carry my
farmers.
bike on the way back home to the nearest maintenance place
Difficult to
and a
trace the
store
roots
to
of Tabor's culture. Those roots
get a new
reach down
inner
through
tire
3
to my bike,
distinct
and
traditions.
that was
Nonetheless,
after those days. I was
one
very
cannot help
fatigued
but
after
wonder
yesterday.
why this fact is not better known among scholars.
This time
If
tomorrow
the
I should have come back from
stones
seeing the
stand here
Superman
for all
movie
to
and
see.
should be recording a video
stairs,
of
perhaps.
the latter half of my review like
Many
this,
by far. Here, and thank
and
you.
hopefully edit it to get it all the rest of it edited for Saturday and get it done before me and some of my friends are gonna go do a half a marathon walk. My friends are gonna walk and I'm gonna be riding my bike next to them. Goblin coin.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or cracks that will
Was it that way or? No, I was supposed to go this way and then it diverges at some point. Okay, that way it is.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the
and
flame
Mike.
of the Phoenix.
Well, I don't think you have
rightful
to
Archduke of
showcase
Rosaria.
my new gloves to you, Mike.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Another one of those.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
7 likes so far.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
It's a Canva then.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege.
Should we go that way or that way? Well, that way so we can get that done. Let's ride on.
Ready, go?
To get this done fast.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Well, yes, it is, so we can get that one side quest done. After that, we'll go to the other. Well, or technically, yeah, this is right way, but the side quest is on the left.
Right.
Ignore those. We don't have time for them. Ignore those, we don't have time for them either. Ignore.
Looks like there's still plenty of fighting yet.
Okay, now fast travel to the quick quest giver, and then we can get to go back to the path and take the left direction to go.
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never return.
What was it? Thick-scaled skin of Ave is claimed by some to be the oldest mountains themselves, though it has been seen a decade or two.
Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I'd hoped for, and more.
Good to hear.
Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my honored partner.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well.
Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Yeah. We get bloody hide and crafting materials. Okay, and now to the other direction on that fork in the road.
The free cities under siege?
On board the Chocobo Express.
Orcs. So let us be rid of them.
It is good for the XP. We're already 3 levels above, so...
Slow.
Oh, great, skills. Was that all? Great. Good, very good. Oh, thingy.
This might take a while.
Charging.
Too slow.
Oh, good. Another fast travel obelisk.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Too much smoke. Yeah, it's been attacked.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Where did these come from? Never mind, I'll leave those side quests for the opening of the next stream.
Sounds like thunder.
I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is? Yes.
Oh, Uncle Byron. You might want to say hi to your
Allow
other
me
nephew.
to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Yeah.
Hey?
Dude.
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned.
Thank you, Kim.
But silent
Thank
as
you.
monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive.
Thank you for lurking.
We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Okay, so at least
be careful.
We have Torgal.
Both of you.
You too.
Eventfall.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors.
Hopefully it is not too early to go up against Odin.
They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. They're wearing wood armor.
Right. Ah, okei, joo. Charging Mega Flare! Firing Mega Flare!
What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. I needed that.
Now they release the harvest. And okay. Sound like, I don't know if I just imagined, but it sounded like someone was crying for help over here, over the distance. Okay, going forward. Yeah, GG's, Kim. Really GG's.
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy.
Charging Mega Flare. Firing Mega Flare.
There may still be survivors inside.
Maybe, but who knows if there won't be.
Where are they?
Oh, there's also another area to fight enemies. What did I say? Did I effing say?
Optimus Regent's come this far. What the hell is going on here? Too slow.
monster! What does he want? Nice try.
Level up. Right before the cutscene starts.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Yeah, what was this guy's name?
You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not.
Sleipnir.
Don't hold back.
Living great.
Trick. You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame.
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Muthos. Yes! Yes!
Nice try.
Joko Shimoura's truly deserved the Game of the Year soundtrack nomination for this game, even if it's the only award the game got back in 2023. Always appreciate Joko Shimoura for the music he produced. And I will appreciate it even more when it doesn't get me copyright claims.
Too slow.
Something or other coming soon.
Nice try.
Guy apparently died there. The fanfare and a confirmation that's slain. Use for crafting, use for crafting, use for crafting.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see. We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Yeah, just like that guy said.
You did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Wait, what? Just happened.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
Barnabas.
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
One fight to another. Come.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander.
Boy.
But I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Okay, he's turning into Odin. Or just call a weapon. As a prelude to turning into Odin. Limit break. I suppose Clive is still kind of winded from fighting. What was that guy's name? Still at the or something. Yeah, Clive is probably winded from the previous fight.
You are as weak as all the rest.
Joshua!
Okay. Wonder how much it will cost her.
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Torgalta with a sword in his mouth.
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such
such a waste.
Fun fact about Shiva's strength. Sometime later. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, Kim, did you just now notice that Clive's brother is named Joshua?
Will he be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we're up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body.
I tried to point it out at one point where he was named, assuming that you were still watching at that point.
Every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy.
Well, of course, he's the player character. He can't be.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself.
Oh.
It was Sid.
Okay. You were pretty otherwise occupied when that happened.
Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
Yeah.
What of the royalists?
Clive can't be
fucked off. The lot of them,
along
along with the galleon.
For the count for too long.
With the king
he's a
on
player
board, no
character,
doubt.
and
Behind here, I
eventually
wouldn't
need to
sail
play as
without
him
him.
again.
Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
Oh. It's
It's
gonna be
alright,
one of
mate.
those stories now.
Jill is fine.
For those plots.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
Well, there's supposed to be stories.
See the Black Galleon.
All the Final Fantasies
with the
are
king,
trying to tell
I'm
a
sure of it.
story. I
Well,
suppose
good luck
the
catching him.
story goes
my ship's
first,
going
and then
nowhere.
comes the other mechanics.
It's the mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
I remember there was this list on every Final Fantasy
of course
game
I
that
do.
just
My
basically
dad
gave
must
a
have seen this coming a
laconic
league off.
description of them. It was
If I
done
had his
before
old
16
writings-
came out.
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Yeah, like the Final Fantasy 15, for example, that was compared to a well, bachelor party went wrong, since that was basically a road trip where the prince and his entourage were on the way to the neighboring kingdom to meet up with his fiancée before they would get married. That was a plot of 15. 14 is the MMO. I have not played that much. 13 turned into 3 parts. 12 and 11, no idea what happens in those. 10 I am more familiar with.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to me?
How are we
Okay, I'm gonna
supposed
have
to do
this
our duty when the hills are crawling with Akashic and the valleys are full of ether?
Conversation with Otto now at this point, because I don't want to start the next stream also by having to need to talk to Otto.
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
Okay, whatever we find from Mid's workshop, that's gonna be the cliffhanger for the next stream, happening probably at some point, maybe next week, because okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go see the Superman movie, and then I'm gonna sit down and record my after coming from the theater thoughts like this, edit out the mistakes, go to sleep, and add all the needed visuals and background musics in Saturday morning, and then then I'm gonna upload the video, and for the rest of the day, me and my friends are gonna do a half marathon walk. My friends are gonna walk, I'm gonna ride my bike next to them carrying our munitions, since you can't do that long of a walk without having more than just a few water bottles. And then on Sunday I could continue this, or I could also maybe try to get some further in Clair Obscure. Yes, that's true. Ben Starr did voice some character whom I have not met yet in Clair Obscure. I'll see about it on Sunday, if I'll continue from here or if I go to Clair Obscure. So we'll see how that goes. So that's how it's gonna be. Tomorrow movie, then record the fresh thoughts out of the theater, edit and have the video out on Saturday before we go to do that half marathon, and then do a next stream on Sunday. Okay, before I end, let's go over everyone who was here. Tevia from the beginning, Keith came by from work, Naji, yeah, Joachim, Brögen Mike, and that's about it. Thank you everyone who watched, and thank you everyone who kept me company while going through this, and everyone who watches in the future, well, like, comment, check out my channel if the Superman review has come out by the time you're watching this. Go watch that. Check out other videos I have made. Subscribe, ding the bell for when the next stream happens on Sunday. And that's about it. See you on the next one, and may your heart be your guiding key.